Workers' compensation laws, Massachusetts versus other states. Comparison of Massachusetts workers' compensation laws with those in other states. When a person gets hurt on the job or becomes sick, workers' compensation regulations step in to help them. While these laws exist in all 50 states, they can vary significantly from one state to another. This article will compare the workers' compensation laws in Massachusetts with those in other states, highlighting key differences and similarities. Coverage and eligibility. Massachusetts law requires almost all employers to provide workers' compensation insurance, regardless of the number of employees or hours worked. This broad coverage sets Massachusetts apart from many other states. For example, in Alabama, only employers with 5 or more employees must provide coverage, while Texas doesn't mandate workers' compensation insurance at all. In Massachusetts, coverage begins on the first day of employment. This immediate protection contrasts with states like Florida, where there's a waiting period before benefits kick in. Massachusetts also covers part-time and seasonal workers, which isn't always the case in other states. If you are unsure about the coverage in your case, you can consult with a workers' compensation lawyer for a detailed explanation. Benefits. Massachusetts offers a comprehensive package of workers' compensation benefits. These include medical benefits. All reasonable and necessary medical treatment for the work injury is covered. Temporary total disability benefits. Employees unable to work receive 60% of their average weekly wage, up to a state-set maximum. Partial disability benefits. Workers who can perform some work, but at reduced hours or pay, receive 60% of the difference between their pre-injury and post-injury wages. Permanent total disability benefits. Long-term benefits for those unable to work in any capacity. Permanent partial disability benefits. Financial support in the event of a lasting impairment or disfigurement. Vocational rehabilitation, programs designed to help injured workers come back into the workforce. While most states offer similar categories of benefits, the specifics can differ. For instance, Indiana caps temporary total disability benefits at 500 weeks, while Massachusetts has a 3-year limit. California provides supplemental job displacement benefits, a unique program not found in Massachusetts or most other states. Claim process and dispute resolution. In Massachusetts, injured workers must report their injury to their employer as soon as possible. The employer then has 7 days to report the injury to their insurance company and the Department of Industrial Accidents, DIA. This prompt reporting requirement is stricter than in some states, like Missouri, where employers have 30 days to report injuries. If a claim is denied or disputed, Massachusetts uses a multi-step dispute resolution process. Conciliation. Conference, hearing, reviewing board. This process is more structured than in some states, aiming to resolve disputes efficiently. In contrast, states like Illinois rely more heavily on arbitration, while others, such as Florida, have a more litigation-oriented approach. Statute of limitations. Massachusetts has a 4-year statute of limitations for filing workers' compensation claims, starting from the date the employee becomes aware of the causal relationship between their work and the injury or illness. This is more generous than many states. For example, California has a 1-year limit, while New York allows 2 years. Employee choice of physician. Massachusetts allows employees to choose their doctor after an initial visit to a provider selected by the employer. This policy strikes a balance between employer control and employee choice. It differs from states like Florida, where the employer has more control over medical providers, and states like New York, where employees have free choice of physician from the outset. Return-to-work programs. Massachusetts encourages return-to-work programs but doesn't mandate them. The state offers incentives for employers who provide modified or alternative work for injured employees. This approach is similar to many other states, though some, like Ohio, have more structured return-to-work requirements. In Massachusetts, employees may lose their right to benefits if they refuse suitable employment. This provision is common across many states, aiming to balance employee rights to return to work when medically appropriate. Conclusion. Massachusetts workers' compensation laws provide robust protection for employees, with some features that stand out compared to other states. The broad coverage requirements, absence of a waiting period for benefits, and a longer statute of limitations are particularly noteworthy. However, each state system has its strengths. Here's a table comparing some key aspects of workers' compensation laws in Massachusetts and several other states. Comparison of employer coverage policies across different states. The coverage requirements for employers vary, with some policies applying to all employers, while others are specific to those with 4 or more employees. The waiting period for benefits also differs. Some policies have no waiting period, while others impose a 3 or 7-day waiting period. Statutes of limitations range from 1 to 4 years, depending on the policy. Regarding the choice of doctor, after an initial visit, employees generally have the option to choose their own doctor, especially if the employer-directed network is unavailable or if the policy includes a medical provider network, MPN. Understanding these differences is crucial for both employers and employees, especially those operating or working across state lines. While this overview provides a general comparison, the complexities of workers' compensation laws mean that specific situations often require professional legal advice. Staying informed about these laws helps ensure fair treatment and appropriate compensation for work-related injuries and illnesses. Disclaimer: the expert opinions presented in this PR story are based on the extensive experience and knowledge of the source company. These views do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the news distribution company and its distribution partners. There is no offer to sell, no solicitation of an offer to buy, and no recommendation of any security or any other product or service in this article. Moreover, nothing contained in this should be construed as a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any investment or security, or to engage in any investment strategy or transaction. It is your responsibility to determine whether any investment strategy, security, or related transaction is appropriate for you based on your investment objectives, financial circumstances, and risk tolerance. Consult your business advisor, attorney, or tax advisor regarding your specific business, legal, or tax situation. The news distribution company and its distribution partners do not endorse or guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or reliability of the information shared by the guest. Viewers are encouraged to consult with their own experts or conduct their own research when making decisions related to topics of this nature. The source company is the one issuing this release. Please contact them directly for further information. Medical: in case of medical, add a medical disclaimer like so. The expert opinions presented in this PR story are based on the extensive experience and knowledge of the source company. These views do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the news distribution company and its distribution partners. There is no offer to sell, no solicitation of an offer to buy, and no recommendation of any medical treatment, product, or service in this article. Moreover, nothing contained in this should be construed as medical advice or a recommendation to start, stop, or change any medical treatment or medication. It is your responsibility to determine whether any medical treatment, product, or service is appropriate for you based on your health objectives, medical condition, and risk tolerance. Consult your healthcare provider regarding your specific medical situation. The news distribution company and its distribution partners do not endorse or guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or reliability of the information shared by the guest. Viewers are encouraged to consult with their own healthcare professionals or conduct their own research when making decisions related to medical topics. The source company is the one issuing this release. Please contact them directly for further information.